Hello, in today's restaurant management tip, I want to teach you a strategy, a three-step process you can use when one of your team members, a manager or an employee, does not do something they said they were gonna do. I'm sure that's never happened to you before. Hey everybody, Ryan Gromfin here, author, speaker, chef, restaurateur, the founder of therestaurantboss.com, as well as clickbacon.com. And like I said, today, I want to help you with 3 simple steps you can use when someone on your team doesn't do what they say they're going to do when they say they're going to do it. I'm sure this has never happened to you before. I know it never happened to me when I was managing restaurants, right? It happens all the time. We get busy and we have great excuses for why we didn't do things. Sometimes they're not even excuses. Sometimes they're realities. Sometimes things come up and it prevents us from doing something that we said we're going to do. But if we don't get our task completed, if we don't keep the ball moving forward, we're going to stay flat. And what do doctors call flat? Dead, flatlining. So we always have to be moving the ball forward, even when life or restaurant or business gets in the way. So when someone on your team says they're going to do something and they don't do it, it's a very simple 3-step conversation that I want you to have with them. Are we ready? Step 1. We need to recognize the importance of what they did, because chances are they're coming to you and saying, I wasn't able to get that done because remember we had the flood in the kitchen and that set us back like 2 days and I spent so much time working on that I wasn't able to get that thing done that we talked about. Well, the first thing you need to do is recognize how important they are to the team by saying something like, thank you for the work you did in cleaning up after that flood when the pipe broke in the kitchen. That was so important to the business that had you not been there, I don't know what we would have done. We really appreciate you stepping up to the plate and taking care of that, right? We got to let them know that whatever it was that distracted them was important and a good use of their time. We can't just ignore the fact that they did something good to help the business. Otherwise, they're just going to say that you're ungrateful. But then step 2 and step 3 are where the magic happens. Step 2 is we have to remind them that they're a huge part of the team, that without all of their hard work, the team would never be able to reach their goal. So, because we're about to set up for step 3. So again, we have to let them know they're part of this team, they're a huge part of this team, and everybody on the team has to complete their task so that way the team can make the goal. And then with step 3, we want to now address that employee and let them know that the entire team is counting on them to not only complete any new commitments that they have for this week, but to also complete the commitment that they made last week. So that way we don't lose any time, right? So step 1 is we have to recognize whatever it was that distracted them from getting their goal, from reaching their goal, their commitment. Step 2 is we have to remind them what a crucial part they are to the team and how the entire team is counting on them. And then step 3, we need to let them know that now the entire team is going to hold them accountable and that we're expecting them to be able to do what they said last week, plus any new commitments or goals for this week. So I hope those 3 steps help you better recognize the efforts of your team, because listen, things do happen and things do get in the way, but by using this 3-step sort of feedback for when someone doesn't get something done on your team, it's going to let them know that you care, but more importantly, it's going to help correct their behavior, because when your standards are set higher, when you hold your team accountable, when we don't let excuses happen, all of a sudden the excuses are going to get smaller and smaller and smaller until they eventually just disappear. People know they're going to be held accountable. They know they're going to have to do last week's work plus this week's work. They're going to start coming to your meetings with their work done. If you enjoyed this week's tip, I can't wait to bring you another tip next week. This has been Ryan Gromfin. Have a wonderful week. Hey everybody, Ryan here. I really hope you enjoyed that video. Would you mind doing me 3 really quick favors? First, would you like this video? Wherever you're watching it, there'll be a button for you to go ahead and click and like the video and then leave a comment somewhere so I could answer your questions. 2, would you go ahead and subscribe to this channel? That way I can continually deliver you the newest updates every time I release a video. And then 3, I'd like to give you something. If you're the kind of person who really wants to get ahead in life faster, I have a 90-day planner here that I'd like to give you. I use this planner every day in my business, and actually I think this is one of the reasons why I'm able to get as much done as quickly and as efficiently as I'm able to. See, every year when I sit down to plan out my year, I sit down and I do 4 of these 90-day planners, because I believe that we can't get as much done in a month as we think we can, but we can get a lot more done in 3 months than we think we can. And so I've developed a system, I call it my 90-day planner system, where you can achieve just about any goal you want in 90 days if you follow this. And I'd like to give it to you completely free. Like I say, this is on my desk every single day, and I use it in my business, and I teach my clients how to use it, and I'd like for you to have it for free. All you have to do is head over to therestaurantboss.com/goal, GOAL. Again, that's therestaurantboss.com/goal. And then just give me your first name and email address, and I'll send this right over to you, all 4 pages. Until the next time I see you, go out every day and improve the lives of your customers, your employees, your vendors, and of course, your family.